Well, hello Scorpio. Happy New Year. I hope that you had an amazing holiday season. I hope that you have taken the time to think about what it is you want to accomplish, where you want to be, how you want to feel in 2019. One of the big things that I feel is really important for this year is, first of all, Mars, our ruling planet, because I am an Aries, it's going home. So we are pretty much the power couple, the dream team, the dynamic duo, second to none. The month of January. And in fact, like pretty much until March. You might feel a little bit more confident or in your element. Perhaps you feel a little bit more comfortable in your skin. As I started shuffling cards for this reading, it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Things are always happening in the right sequence, Scorpio. Divine timing always plays out in perfect order. And along with that divine timing, it would benefit you and really the collective to go through and really assess the people, the thoughts, the jobs, the associations that you may have in life, and figure out who and what needs to go. Over the past 1, 2, maybe even 4 years, you have done so much growing, Scorpio. So much. And kind of as a side effect to that, you outgrow people, you outgrow relationships, you outgrow thought processes or self-limiting beliefs. And that's something that we don't ever want to stifle. We don't want to snuff out that fire. And you can easily put out fire with you being a water sign. But rather than putting the flame out, perhaps creating steam is a little bit better avenue. We're going to start your January 2019 reading with the I Ching. You guys have card number 52, Keeping Still. Mountains close together enhance each other's stillness and stability. They form a sanctuary where the demands of the world can be set aside and all movement ceases. When one enters into such a spirit of stillness, restlessness disappears. The heart is soothed into quietness. The time of keeping still will be followed by a time of movement. But for now, the moment is all there is. It's on page 41. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is all about change. And for a Scorpio to stay still, that would definitely be a change, right? When one enters into such a spirit of stillness, restlessness disappears. There will be movement after the stillness. But for now, all there is that present moment, that current reality, living in the moment, the now. Not regretting the past, not fearing the future. Living within your current reality. Moving forward from the gorgeous Native Spirit deck, Grandmother Earth. Now, before I even go into this card, I want you to look at the colors. Yellow, orange, red. Now, for those of you who are a little bit familiar with the chakras, we know that red is our base chakra. Look at the cards that you guys have. How much red do you see? A lot, right? With Mars being in Aries, Aries is all about the head, the I am. Perhaps figuring out who you are, getting that base chakra reset. The oranges, the yellows, and then the greens. You may have a good time resetting or clearing. Sacral chakra, the best way I've found, or maybe perhaps the most enjoyable, would be orgasms. Yep, check, check. Solar plexus and heart chakra. Look them up, work on them. I think you would benefit greatly. Now then, Grandmother Earth. Grandmother Earth, first of all, is on page 56. 5 plus 6 is 11. We know that 11 is all about choices, paths, new adventures. Stop and take measure of your life. Grandmother Earth encourages us to assess who you are and where you are. She is stable. She is strong. And she really has found the importance in not rushing. Instead, she says, slow down. Grandmother Earth also happens to have a very green thumb. And so one of the analogies she uses is that the seeds you plant will in fact grow and bring abundance, but only if you take time to nurture those seeds. Isn't that true? I mean, like, anybody can just go throw a bag of seeds out into a part of their lawn and call it a garden, right? But if you don't have the right environment, along with the dedication of nurturing and pulling weeds and watering, giving that garden what it needs, it probably won't be real abundant. And so that's highly encouraged. There's almost this emphasis on how important it really is to take care of what's near and dear to you and your heart. Some things, sure, they might be able to fare on their own, but stick around, give a little extra effort, a little extra love, and see how you might benefit. See how those blessings are perhaps enlarged or emphasized. You guys have 2 cards with this surrender deck. Surrender stress and surrender your fear of change. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Scorpio, I think that you need to literally visualize your breath as this purifying source that enters your body. And it attaches to all of the negative, the doubt, the hurt, the fear, the resentment, the feeling less than, the feeling of lack. And when it attaches to all of those negatives, you then visualize your worries and your concerns and the stressors literally leaving your body as you exhale. Surrender the stress. Next, we have surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. I have faith that all is well. Having the confidence and the trust that we are all on a journey that is mapped out in the most amazing divine timing. And understanding that we all are exactly where we are supposed to be, with who we are with the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions that we have. We are either in our present moment to learn a lesson or to experience the abundance or accept the gift of a job well done on learning a particular lesson. Surrender your fear of change. For those of you who have not had a reading with me or watched one of my readings, we are going to move up into the top right corner. That's going to be your work, career, and finance. And then you guys actually have 4 cards on the bottom there for your love and romantic relationships. So, work, career, and finance. 6 of Pentacles. In general tarot, this card is regarded as a positive omen. Some happy, great, optimistic card. However, to me, when I look at this card, I can't help but see someone feeling like they are superior over someone else and feel it's necessary that the other person kneels down and beg simply because he has money. That's so fucked up. Be thankful for what you have and be willing to share without making others beg. Without not only feeling like you are superior, but not making others feel as though they are inferior. 9 of Wands. What is causing you to have this anxiety or this sense of instability? Because it's kind of scattered all throughout your reading. If that ship in that card gets beaten and thrown around in the water, kind of like it is, for long enough, there's no doubt in my mind that it will essentially get destroyed. It's either going to capsize or it's going to hit that whatever mountain, plateau, whatever it is that's coming out. It's going to hit something. It's going to have some sort of negative demise with this card. Are you the ship? Are you the one getting thrown around? No stability. You're not grounded. You're not standing in your own firm beliefs. And you're just letting the waves or the emotions of others whip you around and beat you like a redheaded stepchild. It doesn't end well for the 9 of Wands, Scorpio. Just gonna throw that out there. Last card in your work, career, and finance, we have the 8 of Pentacles. Look at this guy. He's dedicated. Goal-oriented hard work is what I see. Nose to the grindstone, but perhaps overwhelmed. If you find yourself being handed a list of others' responsibilities and expected to complete them at work, it is imperative that you guys stand up for yourself. You don't have to say, no, I'm not going to do it. But you are most certainly encouraged to say, as much as I know that would help you out to do that, and as much as I love my job, I'm not doing that because I already have enough shit on my plate. And if I am going to do that, then I would expect that some of my other duties are taken off from my hands. If you jump in a lake and your hands are full of cases of beer, you're probably gonna sink unless you let go of the beer. Depending on if it's Coors Light or not, it might be an easy decision. But letting yourself really fully, truly know and understand when enough is enough. When it's time to take a break, even though you know it's so close to coming into fruition. Now then, Scorpio. Love and romantic relationships. Dun dun dun. Right? So, vulnerability. I'm going to read this card. A, because I think it's funny, and B, because I think that you need to hear it. I allow myself to talk about my feelings without fear of external judgment or internal drama. When I express my feelings, a couple of funny things happen. 1, I feel like a kindergartner. 2, everything gets lighter, easier, and filled with the comforting glow of honesty. No wonder kindergartners seem so fun and stress-free. Without what? Without fear of external judgment, internal drama. Lighter, easier, and that comforting glow of honesty. Scorpio, when kids don't like someone or something, they don't hesitate. They don't typically worry or second guess themselves. They simply see something that they don't like, and they are going to let us know. The really crazy thing about this, though, and I want you to really think about this. What do we do when kids tell us what they do or don't like? Let's say by chance some child is not liking the person who comes to help in the store. Like, you have a question. And they're like, I don't like you. Or their sitter, their friends, their siblings. I don't like you. What do we tell them? We hush them. We tell them that that is not nice. You can't say that when people are standing right there. Scorpio, we're literally fucking up our kids at such a young age. We're not only telling them not to say how they feel, but then on top of that, we are encouraging them to talk behind somebody's back instead of have direct communication with them. No, no, and no. No, you've got to be a good example, Scorpio. You've got to be the example of this. Next up, sensuality. I'm going to read this one to you too. Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily mean that you are a middle-aged swinger. It simply means that you're savoring one of the coolest aspects of being alive. Sensory input. It's time to get decadent and reward yourself with gifts for the season. You could drop a wad of cash on champagne and chocolate, or you could tune in and enjoy the incredible gifts around you. The taste of an orange, the sounds of the forest, the texture of corduroy. I don't know your life. The point is, it's time to savor whatever your senses can grab hold of, even if that means you are being sensual. Gross. This made me laugh out loud when I first read this. Doesn't necessarily mean that you are a middle-aged swinger. For a particular Scorpio in my life, you just might be the exception. So what this card essentially says is, no matter if it is a hot and heavy and breathtaking marathon night of sexual healing, or if it is groping your corduroys, you would benefit so greatly from a good old orgasm. Yep, just said that, and I mean every word of it. You need to get off, Scorpio. Like on a soul level. Like one that makes your feet cramp up and your body get shivers. We have the depth card. Especially in relationships. Doesn't it take time to really get to know somebody on all these different levels, such as an onion? It takes time, but that's the beauty of the whole process. You learn more and more about each other as each layer is revealed. So Scorpio, are you sitting down for this? If you're driving, I would suggest pulling over because you are probably going to be a traffic hazard. But Scorpio, don't be so scared. Instead, be open to going balls deep in that person of interest, that sensuality, that vulnerability, whatever it is, balls deep. I know you can do it, Scorpio. I have so much faith in you. Balls deep. Lastly, to finish out this very mature rated video, we again have sensuality. It says express your sensuality. At the top of that card, somebody's doing a little role playing and wearing horns. There's so many things in this card. Whether you are wearing horns and role playing, or you're getting friendly on a tree while hunting cougars, perhaps pouring nothing but healing, loving light your way. You might also notice that she is pouring rainbows all over her body. And where are they coming from? They're coming from the cup. So what I get from your reading, Scorpio, for the love and romantic relationships: experiment. Be open to trying new things in new places. A sensual, healthy sex life plays such a huge part in our life. I thank you so much. Absolutely love you guys. And because of that, you, my friends, get 2 cards from the Rebel deck. So, card number 1. Drop the fucking ego. Why do they say that, Scorpio? Because vulnerability is hot as fuck. Now, what is this card? Vulnerability. Sensuality. Sensuality. Do you see the fucking synchronicities? Whoop, whoop. Number 2. Get the fuck out of your head. Now, why? Why, you may ask? Let me tell you why. Because you need to get in your heart. It misses you. That's right. That is right. All right, Scorpio. I love you to the moon and back. You're amazing people. Couldn't thank you enough for all of your love and support. I will see you another time. All right. Until then, much love. Bye-bye.